Hello, welcome to another YouTube video. Now, today we actually have a good topic that I've been kind of waiting to do. Not necessarily waiting, but I have a writing down in front of me. Just on a notebook that I write, important things in. And this writing, it's a special one to me because it's helped me a lot in my life, especially in more, let's say, turmoilless times of my life. So, just like weird, crazy times. The title of this writing, and I'm pretty sure the title of this video is going to be Getting Up After Being Knocked Down. And this writing starts with a quote, so I'm going to read it to you now. And I quote, "Why do we fall, Master Bruce? So we can learn to pick ourselves up." End of quote. The quote is by Alfred. If you know the scene in the movie, I don't know what Batman it is. Perhaps it's Batman Begins. Alfred and Bruce are in the elevator, and Alfred just brings up the most wonderful quote in the world, and it's like, damn, like it hit my heart when I heard that. And why do we fall? I mean, we fall so we can learn to pick ourselves up. Why do we fail? We fail so we can learn to succeed. But before I break everything down, let me speak to you the meat and potatoes of this writing. So please just bear with me here. Now, these are all written down, so I'm going to mind my eyes and my gaze when I look down here. So give me a moment to collect myself, and I'm going to drink actually, no, I don't need any water. The absolute fastness of our world today is mind-altering. Anything can come up at any time during the day, and you do not get a heads-up notice. It is almost as if there is someone running in the depths of your mind trying to find the most stirring thought to throw at you. How is a person supposed to keep their cool when chaos is at their doorstep every minute of the day? That question can be answered with another question. What or how do you react to the chaos that comes your way? Do you say affirmations, or break it down with logic, or put on some music? Is there a way that you think you can counteract against the chaos and bring order back into the scales? And there's one more paragraph that I want to read out of all of this writing. The questions can become your answers to combat the swiftly stirring hand of darkness. Remember to not only ask questions, but make your answers and choose on a method to deal with the vastness of the world. I have found that the world will drive you crazy if you let it, so don't let it. Come up with ways to forge your being into someone who strives to be the one who willingly confronts the chaos so that you can clear the way and establish order. That's all I have. So why do we fall? We fall so we can learn how to pick ourselves back up. I mean, I'm just nodding my head, not negatively, but it's just like, it's such good wisdom. It's so meaningful. It's so powerful. If we just take a second and kind of cool our brains from what we just read, the world is vast. There's a crazy amount of things that can happen any day, whether it's at work, going on errands, literally just being at home doing nothing. I mean, like anything can come up. You need ways to combat chaos. I mean, Batman had a mask, a cape, he had tools, he had a lot of things set up, so he knew how to deal with it. We just have a little bit of money in our bank account, and we have some personal items that we hold dear to us. We have what we have at our disposal to ultimately combat the chaos that comes to our doorstep. It's not often that we have like a pre-organized, methodology of defeating darkness. We're kind of just like, well, if it comes our way, we're going to deal with it, Though, from my own personal experience, having a method to combat, like the chaos that can and will show up at your doorstep, which is, let's just say, your reality, your experience. Having a program, standard operating procedures, whatever that you do to combat that chaos, and like doing it, consistently, almost solidifies your, let's say, your suppression against bad things. I want to give an example, but there's just too many examples. Like, there's too many things. Like, this is such a vast, like, you can apply this procedure to anything. Let's say you spill a cup of water and you're freaking out. It's just like, you could have a program of, let's say, box breathing, because that's a popular one. You just take a second and you breathe, 4 seconds in, hold, 4 seconds out, hold, 4 seconds in, hold, 4 seconds out, hold. And you do that for at least, like 3 rotations. I'm not saying that you want to like calm down and like not do anything when the water spills, but acting from a place that is not chaotic, that as soon as something chaotic happens, like, you want to actually have a place of like a firm standing when something bad happens. It could even be something more major, like your boss yelling at you and then you actually getting like kind of mad. It's like, you stop. It could be something more minor, like someone cutting you off on the road. Or it could even be someone's gaze, looking at you. The chaos could be your neurotic, mind coming up with the same neurosis, bothering you at each time of the day. And you're like, well, am I going to react to this chaotic little fragment of my mind, or am I going to actually take the time and cool it, do my procedure? Let's say our procedure is now not box breathing, but it's walking, like, okay, walk, just like since walk. Why do we fall? Hopefully you said it. Like, hopefully you said it. But we fall so we can learn how to pick ourselves up. We fall not usually to the lightness and positivity of the world, but we usually fall because of the darkness of the world. Or perhaps, like in the movie Batman, carrying the burden of creating light for other people. If you're a caretaker, a provider, like, that's not an easy job. That is not an easy job. Like, it's literally not. And undoubtedly, you're going to fall and you're going to fail meeting at your own expectations. What do? Stay down? No. You get back up. How do you get back up? Maybe you take some time for yourself, carve some time for yourself out of the day. Be like, okay, well, I've been taking care of everyone else. Now I need to take care of me. A self-care routine is a very viable option to combat chaos. Even if you don't have anything chaotic going on in your life, like you view it right now, maybe you don't have anything going on, maybe you are fine. Not trying to call you out on the spot, but I'm like, if nothing's going on, you're good. But it's like right now, you can even just do preventative controls, preventative things like maintenance almost, in order to not allow any little pinholes in your life or darkness to creep into, because it will. I'm sorry, but it will. And it's not always a bad thing, because sometimes it shows you where you just have to pay more attention to, and then you get to do it. And it really becomes its own blessing in a way. I found, at least for myself, knowing where I fall almost becomes a blessing, because then I get to know where I can work on. And then it gives me like purpose and meaning. It's like, oh, I'm falling and I'm failing here. Okay, purpose and meaning here. I can figure out how to maneuver myself in order to become a better person. And that's the evolution of, like my mind and my journey, of what I've been through. It's the evolution of getting back and getting up after being knocked down. It's like you just keep on learning how to pick yourself up a little bit more. And then push-ups. Nothing now, I'm clapping at the top of each push-up, you know what I mean? It's like I'm picking myself up. And I hope you do as well. I hope you find your method of picking yourself back up. I hope that you hold hope like inside of your body and know that there is no way not to figure out a way to pick yourself back up, because there is. Because you can't fall down unless you could get up in the first place. Like you can't fall down, and you can't, it's a contrast. Like you just can't. There's always a way to get back up. It's just a matter of like finding what works for you. Because believe it or not, you have a specific DNA. You are a specific human being. You're probably the only one who has your name and your age and your height and your weight. So I'm just saying, like, unless there's someone who's a literal clone of you, maybe you have the same method as him, but don't take anyone else's method for granted. You know what I mean? Like you have to find your own way. And there's beauty in that. Because then you get to learn. You learn how to pick yourself up. I mean, I can't say it better than Alfred. So, why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up. Thank you for listening. I hope this gave you some tools in your tool belt. Affirmation, confirmation, whatever you need. I hope this helped. Until next time, I'll talk to you.